Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, GHA family and friends. We are back with another homework helper video, and this one is for 6th grade. So we're in Module 2, Lesson 5, the problem set. So I'm going to go over a couple of them so that I can help you make it through the homework assignment. So the directions are very simple. It says to solve, okay? So number 1 says, how many 16ths are in 15 over 16, or 15/16 is the correct way to say it. So they're saying how many 16ths. So when they ask you how many 16ths are in 15/16, you would divide by 1, okay? So we will put it in unit form. All right, so 15/16 divided by 1/16. Okay? So here's how that works. All right, the first step to dividing fractions, especially when they already have like denominators, we would just change the operation. We're going to flip the operation to the opposite. The opposite of division is multiplication. All right, so it's called the multiplicative inverse. So we're going to keep our 15/16 the same. And then we're going to take the reciprocal of our other fraction, 1/16. So that's now going to be 16 over 1. And then we have to multiply. So 16 times 1 is easy, it's 16. And then we're going to do 15 times 16. So standard algorithm. We take our 5 and multiply by everything up top. So 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 gives us 8. We need a 0 spacer. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. Our last step is to add these. 0 plus 0. 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have 240 here. All right. So now that we have our answer, we see that we have an improper fraction. And we need to divide. That's also a division problem to help us find out the actual answer. So now we got some standard algorithm division to do. So our our dividend is 240, excuse me, 240. And our divisor is 16. So we know that 16 can't go into 2, but it can go into 24. So 16 goes into 24 one time, okay? We'll take our 16 and put it down, because 16 times 1 is 16. Now we're going to subtract 16 from 24. So can we take 6 from 4? No, we need to borrow. This becomes a 1, this becomes 14. 14 minus 6 is 8, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So we're left with 8. 16 cannot go into 8, so we got to bring this down. Now our number is 80. How many times does 16 go into 80? At least 4 or 5 times, so let's try 5. 16 times 5, we have 30. And then we have 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So 16 goes into 80 5 times for exactly 80. 80 minus 80 is 0. All right, so we have no more numbers. We have 0 down at the bottom. We have no more numbers to bring down, so we are finished. We have found our quotient. Now, if you were paying attention, you would already know where we are, okay? Because 15 times 16 is going to give us a number. We already got it, okay? So here, I'm gonna get rid of my division problem because we know our quotient is 15 now. So we know that 16 goes into 240 15 times, exactly. So there is no mixed number, it's just one whole number, which is 15, all right? Let's do another one, okay? All right, so I'm going to do number 3. So we ask ourselves, how many 2/3 cup servings are in a 4-cup container of food? So these two numbers that we have here, we have 2/3. We have 2/3, and then we have 4 over 1, okay? That's the way we would do that. But in this section, in this lesson, we have to make sure that our denominators are the same, okay? Our denominators must be the same. So, whichever denominator is the bigger number, that's the one that we want to make the other fraction look like. So, what do we need to do to this fraction in order to make it the similar or the same denominators? We need to multiply by 3. And whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So let's see our new fraction. So we have 2/3, and we're dividing by 12/3, okay? All right, it doesn't matter what order you put these in. I would actually like to start with 12/3. So I'm gonna start with 12/3 here, and I'm gonna divide it by 2/3, okay? So now that we've formulated our division expression or problem, we can go ahead and start to solve. So the first things first, we need to change our operation from division to multiplication. We're going to keep our first fraction the same. And we're going to take the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2. Now we can multiply across. So we have 12 times 3, which is 36. And we have 3 times 2, which is 6. So again, we have an improper fraction. And we need to turn it into a mixed number, or we need to divide to find out if it's just one whole number. So we're going to take 36 and divide it by 6, which should be very easy. So we'll count by 6s until we get to 36. So we got 6, we have 12, we have 18, and then we have 24, then we have 30, and then we have 36. So 6 times. So 36 divided by 6 is going to give us 6. And we don't have anything left over, so there is no fraction, there is no mixed number, it's just a whole number. Okay, have a good evening.